Tonight, protests across the Bay Area. People burn effigies of Donald Trump as thousands take to the streets angry about the election. Hello and welcome. I'm Veronica De La Cruz. There have been demonstrations all over tonight. Let's take a look right now at Oakland. These are live pictures. You see the police there blocking roads to prevent protesters from expanding. Thousands of people have been out on the streets tonight. This was the scene at 20th and Telegraph just about an hour ago. Look at that. Protesters there shooting off fireworks towards police in riot gear. As another fire rages on, there have been explosions, one after another. Police and protesters have been taking cover. We have live team coverage for you tonight. Steimle is live in San Francisco with protests there. But first, we begin with Night Beat's Christin Ayers. She joins us now by phone from Oakland. Christin, what's the latest?
Veronica, we are live here in downtown Oakland watching some of these protests unfold earlier today. These were peaceful protests with several thousand people taking to the streets of Oakland. As it has gotten later into the night, we have seen a burst of activity. There are police all over the streets of uptown and downtown Oakland tonight. The protest is sort of fractured into a smaller group of protesters throughout the downtown area. There are a number of fires burning in the streets out here, and protesters encountering police throughout the city. There are still some efforts to try and get on the freeway. So far, none of those have been successful. But there are fires still raging in the streets right now. We're actually watching a couple of people setting or attempting to set a trash can on fire here in downtown Oakland, just about half a block down from City Hall on 14th. So that activity is continuing tonight, very different from what we saw earlier today, which again was a peaceful protest.
Christin, how many people would you say are assembled? We know that earlier there were reports of as many as 6,000 people out there on the streets. We're looking at live aerial shots, and it looks as though, like you said, there are smaller groups out there now.
It's hard to tell exactly how many people are out here at this moment. OPD was reporting numbers of up to 7,000 earlier today. And at this point, we just have small groups doing, some people are just sort of standing around, but there are certainly small groups of protesters who have their faces covered with masks or scarves, who have vandalized different areas. We saw a CVS and a bank that had their windows smashed out. We've seen a lot of graffiti around downtown, and I think it's really difficult for police at this moment to really get a handle on this because of how dispersed, how spread out some of these protesters are.
And you had mentioned that some of those protesters were wearing masks. Now, is that because OPD has been using tear gas to get control of this situation?
OPD certainly has been using tear gas in different areas. There's also a desire, obviously, for some of the people who are doing the vandalism to not be identified. We had a run-in with a group of protesters who did have their faces covered and became angered when we were shooting video in that area. And sort of wanted to push us out of the area at the time. Right now, we are right in front of Oakland City Hall and I'm just taking a look outside of the window here. We're seeing that someone has actually busted a window out. There's a Chamber of Commerce that's directly across the street from Oakland City Hall, and this is the area where we hear that a Molotov cocktail was thrown through a window. There are fire crews out here, multiple fire trucks, and Oakland police out here as well. So still a lot of activity happening out here tonight.
Do we know at this point, Christin, if any arrests have been made?
We did run across officers detaining a couple of protesters earlier, a very small group of this large group, and we have heard officers express frustration at the sheer number of protesters who are out here, that making it very difficult for them to actually focus on people and not be overwhelmed by the numbers of officers out here.
All right, Christin Ayers live on the scene there in Oakland. Christin, please stay on top of that situation. We will check back with you. Let's get you caught up now on what's happening in the streets of San Francisco. Night Beat Susie Steimle is standing outside of City Hall for us. Susie, what are you saying?
Well, Veronica, the protests in San Francisco started about 5 hours ago. This group made its way all around the city, chanting anti-Trump rhetoric, and landed here at City Hall. When they started, there were more than 1,000 together. Now it's just a couple of hundred people left, still chanting, still cheering. They're also surrounded by dozens of police officers who have fought to make sure that this protest has remained peaceful.
Trump, go away!
More than 1,000 anti-Trump protesters shut down Market Street as they marched from the financial district through the Castro and into the Mission District tonight.
We're just pissed. We need events. You know, we need to organize and get ready and fight the fight that we're going to have to go against a Republican Congress, Republican Senate, and potentially a Republican Supreme Court as well.
Emotions ran wild. Some could barely keep from crying. Others are angry, and all say they're terrified of what a Donald Trump presidency will look like.
Trump has tapped into something very deep and dark and evil in our country, and now we're all going to pay.
Cleve Jones worked with Harvey Milk in the 70s. He hopes this decision energizes people rather than dividing them further.
It doesn't matter how old you are, or what color you are, or what gender you are, or what gender you love. All of us are threatened by this, and we need to come together and respect each other.
The march began and ended with the passing of candles and singing of songs.
On election day, it was time to head on to the polls, but it looked like lots of voters didn't bubble the right holes.
Despite what feels like a massive loss to this community, they vowed to band together and spread love, not hate.
I think that this is a revolution, but I think that a lot of good can come from some change and from all of us coming together and
one reason I know that when she was in a very
All right, we have lost Susie Steimle. In the meantime, I want to show you these live pictures out of Oakland. This is Franklin Street, where another fire, yet another fire, is burning in the streets tonight. Earlier, 6,000 people marching through the streets of Oakland. Now you see just various people roaming the streets. You see a couple there. There have been reports of looting and vandalism. Again, some live pictures over the streets of Oakland where people are out in force protesting last night's election results. We're going to try to get our Christin Ayers back on the phone for you. She'll bring you another update.